As an ambassador, we want you to be familiar with the Adventist education system so that you can speak knowledgeably and confidently in your community. The Adventist education system is made up of almost 8,000 schools throughout the world and range from early childhood education centers to graduate universities. The Adventist Church is divided into 13 world divisions, which are then geographically subdivided into unions and then conferences. Divisions, including our own North American division, are responsible for creating educational policies, certification requirements, and curriculum standards. Textbook adoptions, curriculum and services, and administrative councils are managed at the union level. They provide supervisory and leadership support to their conferences. The Educational Department of Conferences directs and oversees local professional development, regional scholarships, music festivals, school subsidies, and much more. There are some common questions that you may encounter in your conversations and work as an ambassador. 1, why do children in Adventist schools take the Iowa test while students in public schools use a different standardized test? Simple. Test scores are only valid if the test measures what is being taught. State curriculums are often changing to reflect the latest trend and consequently changing their standardized assessments as well. Adventist educators are continually evaluating our curriculum, the academic achievement of students in Adventist schools, and our holistic approach to education, and have decided that the Iowa assessment test still most accurately reflects what is being taught in the Adventist curriculum. There are still thousands of students not in our system who are taking the Iowa tests, so we continue to have an ample base for comparison. Speaking of academics and curriculum, aren't the public school students ahead of those in Adventist schools? For example, they teach reading in kindergarten now. Why don't we? Adventist educational philosophy respects the development of the individual child and does not endorse a one-size-fits-all teaching method that many of our public school counterparts are forced to adhere to. Studies have shown students in Adventist schools perform above the national norm at all grade levels and subjects. So we know we are on the right track. We make education fit the student, not the student to the education. What about teachers' standards? If teachers in Adventist schools aren't required to hold state certification, how do we judge the quality in an Adventist school? For starters, while it is true that teachers in Adventist schools are not required to hold state certification, in fact, many of them do have both state and Adventist credentials. Moreover, Adventist education certificates require everything that a state credential requires, plus additional courses to prepare teachers for the unique aspects of Adventist education. And finally, one last question. Why is tuition so high? Where does it all go? Because all Adventist schools are self-supporting entities and receive no government funding, a large portion of tuition goes towards paying teachers' salaries and benefits. And then there's the teaching supplies, utilities, facility maintenance, support personnel wages, textbooks, extracurricular activities, etc. It adds up pretty fast. Tuition might be high and numerous costs a reality, but Adventist education is worth every penny, especially when we consider that 81% of over 50,000 SDA students surveyed report attending an Adventist school is the most important thing that has helped them develop their religious faith, and that over 90% of SDA students report not smoking or using other drugs. That SDA academies have a 93.7 graduation rate, and 91.3% of these students plan to go on to college. and that the number one indicator of whether Adventist young people stay in the church is if and how long they attended Adventist schools. Please feel free to contact AACE with any additional questions you may have. Thank you for all the work you are doing. We appreciate your time and commitment as an ambassador of Adventist Christian education.